Dear Coalition, it's me, Akubarix. You probably don't know me. I, however, do know you. I know the Gears series, and I've sat idly by while you slowly murdered everything that made Gears of War what it was. Granted, it's a franchise that, quote-unquote, borrowed from a lot of other franchises, but it had its own ideas that brought a whole lot to the table. Ever since you yeast-infected twat waffles banned me from the Gears of War 2 forums, namely for complaining about your Nasher not functioning properly, I had picked up on the notion that you were just as inept as you were thin-skinned. Your DMCA takedowns of someone else's glitch list video was more than enough proof of that way back when. I could go on to point out how completely stupid your dev team is. I could point out how hard it has to be to fuck up the same thing you've been doing since November 7th, 2006. I could point out how you keep stealing the dumbest fucking ideas and concepts from the shittiest fucking games around instead of improving your own. I could badger you on how you've raped and bled drops to try to dupe dipshits into buying rerolls on the mere chances to get what they want. No, instead, we're gonna look past most of that. You see, I was a huge fan. I have every limited edition console. I have a Retro Lancer replica. You know, the gun that you apparently spurned since creation. Namely because a bunch of teenagers who like to rush with their Nashers like Karen's rush of Walmart manager couldn't fucking simply adapt to meta level changes. I got Judgment on blind faith, despite watching the pompous, jizz-mopped-haired douche and his Mr. Smithers jump the shark. Even though you said stupid shit during Gears of War 3's development. Shit like, gamers feel entitled because they buy the disc, when people were complaining about weapon skin purchases. Or in Judgment cases, we have to betray some of the fanbase to please others. Yeah, you know what we call people who say asinine, insulting, condescending shit like that to keep their jobs? Mindless shills. You seem to really enjoy attacking your fan-based coalition, despite the fact that if you piss enough of us off, you mongoloids won't have enough to stuff your fat, self-flating selves much longer. I mean, really. People complained about tickers. So what'd you do? You made a more annoying robotic spinning ticker that is way worse than anything we can conceive. But little did we know that after the fact, you'd create the most hellish cancer known to the series, the Leech. Not only would this provide more than a proof that you have the most ventriloquic spite for your fucking fans, but selling your souls to Satan is the only reason why you assholes are allowed to keep your fucking jobs. Remember in Gears 4 when people were like, hey, fix the Nasher, and some Snorlax looking dev member muttered something while trying not to suffocate from his trip up the stairs? I believe it was people think their hits are landing, but they're not. Despite them posting videos of every pellet lighting people up like a white trash 4th of July. Speaking of which, what was that whale's excuse for the aim assist being in Gears 5? Was it something about Rod Verkus saying how he needs to betray one set of fans to please another? I'm just fucking curious. Even as I type up this script, I'm hiding behind a wall of laser beams and watching leeches commit seppuku against them en masse because you don't seem to know what the term variety means. This became evident when the swarm, spoilers, was revealed to be the Locust anyway. You know, the big night M. Night Shyamalama ding dong twist that everyone saw coming because the new antagonists look exactly like the fucking Locusts? You guys need to team up with Stephen King because goddamn, you sure know how to write. I suppose I can't be too hard on you guys, as you have to focus all your energies into not shitting yourselves when you bend over to tie your shoes. It must be equally hard when that big old schlong your shareholders try to shove up there pushes it right back in because you don't charge enough for your in-game booster packs for double the XP. Maybe she tossed in some more gun colors. That'll hook 'em, you fucking sellout whores. That could be the only explanation for how you transformed Horde into a ceaseless grind. I am genuinely surprised that you didn't bring those retarded booster packs back from Gears 4, given how you must have made gangbusters with them. What happened to one of the most useless season passes ever made? You don't want to get easy money for promised maps that you whined about making, and then just make 50% of them a fucking nighttime variant? Anyway? Woo! Different weapon spawns. It's like a whole new map. Speaking of Horde, how could you possibly fuck up your best mode? Did you really have to Jones in the whore out that much to the PvP crowd that you just had to put Horde in the back seat to cater to the MLG esports bullshit? Is that why you could spend $10 for weapon skins to support a bunch of sideways hat-wearing dude bros who can't even read, but I can't get into a solid match of Horde so I can grind out for weapon skins that I only use for playing fucking Horde anyway? And sadly, that's all Gears is now. I complete your MMORPG daily bullshit to rank up to unlock pretty gun skin colors so when my friends actually can stomach this tripe long enough to complete 12 waves, we can get 12 waves done. Because you somehow don't know how to make a private playlist. Which means, heaven forbid, that I want to play with a character I like to use, because if some asshat with the IQ of his KD ratio happens to want to use the same one as I do, one of us has to change. That's fun, right? Would it really make Horde so goddamn broken to have 2 bears running around? Fucking idiots. This game even feels like ass. You made Gears of War on ice, and the gunplay is fucking slipperier than a porn star's hoo-hoo after she completed the world's gangbang record. Only this is a lot less fun to partake in. You somehow thought it was a good idea to change the button layouts. Again. Why? Why do you have to fuck with the button layouts? Do you not grasp that's one of the core issues that made Gears of War Judgment fail? How do you guys eat without choking, you stupid bastards? And speaking of Judgment in Gears 3, when are you stupid turd burglars bringing back Overrunner Beast Mode? Is it because you couldn't figure out a way to violently rape them to make a profit? Because last I checked, fans did enjoy those game modes, not just the angry guy with too much free time in his hands. Just waiting for the inevitable Gears 7, where you have to spend money on devoted active reload and you have one free map while the others cost $2.99 each. Get the season pass for $300 so you can play Horde and spend 600 hours unlocking each character. And to grind them up to level 50 so you can finally use the skills you paid for. That's a deal for anyone in every economy. I just hope this series fucking dies. I hate what it's become, and I hope everyone who had a hand in its zombification gets sodomized by a rampaging berserker. Signed, with much spite and rue, Akubarix. P.S. It's been so long since I started writing this that you actually did make a private playlist for Horde Light. The only problem is the skills don't work. It's amazing. This came out a year after your game dropped, and you still can't do your fucking job. God, you guys are fucking stupid.